Good evening, everyone. Well, let's say good morning. It's like the wee hours of the morning. I had said earlier that I was going to do a reading, and I didn't get a chance to do it at the time that I wanted to do it. So I wanted to make sure I got it done because I try to keep my word. The grandbabies came over and kind of threw the schedule off. So here I am doing a reading. This reading is for Gemini. This is a Gemini reading. This is for the twins. Okay, so we're going to do a Gemini reading real quick. Happy 4th of July to those of you that have that did celebrate the 4th of July. I don't know why. Maybe because it's late. Hold on. Okay. Happy 4th of July to those of you that celebrated the 4th. I hope that you enjoyed your friends and your family. And if you didn't have anyone over and it was just you, I hope you enjoyed your time, your special time with yourself. Some of y'all probably went out, and, if you like spending time alone by yourself, you probably took yourself out or did something, or you just chill at the house. A lot of people went to go see fireworks tonight. Well, this night that just passed. Me, I was gonna chill here at the house. I was gonna go do the fireworks, but I just didn't feel like it. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. And then the time that I had set aside to do the reading earlier, I had a surprise pop up. Like I said, a surprise visit from my daughter and her family, and they came over and with the new baby, and well, I enjoyed my time with them. And they came to see their Nana. Oh, yes, I am a Nana. Nana. That's what I am. So we're going to go ahead and do this reading for Gemini. I'm going to start off with the Oracle cards. Spirit ancestors, the Most High God, I'm asking that you come in. The divine to come on in and rest yourself in this reading, that it be informative, useful, helpful to Gemini tonight. He that needs to hear it, let them hear. That they receive this message. If it's for them, let it be for them. And I forgot to do my introduction, but I'm not going to do it this time. It's okay. But I will say that this is a safe space for you all. This is a space where we all can come together as a community of those that are seeking enlightenment through tarot. Every message will not be for you. Every message is not directed at you. Please do not take offense to the readings. Don't try to make it fit. If it don't apply, let it fly. If it don't fit, don't force it. Just relax and let it go. I mean, seriously, don't try to make something fit. If I say he, I may mean she. If I say she, I may mean a he. Flip the roles as necessary. If this is your situation, I may say you, but it may be somebody else. Okay. All right. Let's go. Spirit, what do you have? Divine, what do you have for Gemini? For Gemini tonight. For Gemini. What messages do you have for Gemini? Okay, I'm going to get the cards out first, and then I'll tell you what we have, okay? cards are not falling. I'm getting ready to start pulling in a minute. Got 2 cards so far. Literally, my family just left. It is 2 o'clock in the morning right now. My time is saying 2:05 in the morning. Let's see something. One second. Okay. Let's see what we get. What else? What else? What other messages do you have? What other messages do you have, please? That's weird. That want to fall, but they're not quite falling. Okay. Got 5 cards on the table. Bottom of the deck. Okay. My first card is the family card. Okay, and it's in the reverse. Second card is the community card in the upright. Third card is the harvest card in the upright. Fourth card is the poverty card in the upright. Fifth card is the balance card in the upright. Okay. 1 second. Let me take a look. The family card in the upright will be connection, unconditional love, support, shared history, belonging, protection, and emotional bonds formed through blood or chosen family. Okay. So family being formed through blood or chosen family reminds me of the saying that said, you got 2 sayings that said blood is thicker than water. And then there's another saying that says family ain't always blood. Okay. So they're kind of 2 contradictory statements, but the underlying meaning is that family is family no matter if they're related to you or not. Okay. These are the bonds that you create, the connections that you have, unconditional love, support, the shared history between family members, a sense of belonging when you feel like family with somebody, you feel included. There's a sense of protection because most family members that love and care for each other deeply will protect one another in most cases. And then there's emotional bonds between family members, or and again, family is not always blood. Okay, blood is not always thicker than water. Okay. Let's see something. So, but it came out in the reverse. So it could be that a family unit or people that feel like family are dispersing. They don't feel like, people that had that family like environment, that family like connection with one another, whether it's by blood or just bonds that they have with people, and it feels like family. Um, this being in reverse is saying to me that that some type of family dynamic is breaking up. Or maybe someone in the family or the whole group is not feeling as close as they used to be. They don't feel as connected as they used to be. Maybe down through the years, people have lost connection with one another. Not really sure at this point what's happening just yet. But the support, the unconditional love is no longer there like it was. The support that they have for one another is not there like it was. We can't forget the shared history that we've had with people. That's going to always be there. You'll always have them in your memories. Some of them will be fondest memories. Some will be memories you'd like to forget. But nonetheless, it is memories. And that's something that you can't get rid of. But maybe some recent memories, recent things, and recent turn of events that happened created some memories that some people would like to forget for real, for real. The sense of belonging, maybe one or more people is feeling like they don't belong anymore with the family, or they're being made to feel that way. The protection that they once felt like they had within this family unit, they no longer feel that way, like they're fully protected, or if they're protected at all. And then emotional bonds are being strained or either broken. Okay. So this is family members that are either related by blood or not related by blood, nonetheless, but they're considered family. Okay. My second card is the community card that's in the upright, which is also a different version of a family or unit. It's a community, a group of people that come together, collaborate, gather, and celebrate. And it's in the upright, which is something that probably happened all the time. In this picture, if you look, this is a table that's set. Reminds me of Thanksgiving dinner. You see the table is full of food. Is where people gather, families gather most of the time. It will be the ideal place for families to gather in the ideal time when there's food involved. And it brings a sense of camaraderie together when you're with people and you're eating and food is involved. You feel relaxed. You feel a sense of belonging. It feels like family. So they come together, they collaborate, they gather, and they celebrate. So maybe what's being brought to the table in this sense is not necessarily the food that you see on the picture or the card that has the picture on it, but maybe it's what each individual that's a part of this community was bringing to the table or what they were offering. So this is not just a table full of food. This is a table that everyone within this community's family-like unit was bringing their different gifts or different things that they could do with different opinions, different thoughts and ideas. We're bringing it to the table to bring that bountiful harvest that you see that's on that table. Okay. And speaking of harvest, my third card is the harvest card, as you can see here. Okay. And it is in the upright. And it says reaping results, gathering rewards, collecting what has been sown, whether efforts, emotions, or consequences. So this is exactly what I just said, where there's a group of people, whether they're related by blood or not, that feels like a family unit, some type of family unit. It's possible it may be some family members within this unit, this group, or it may be just not just family, but it be some friends or some other people that are not related by blood, but they all feel like family. These people work together, and they're working towards a common goal. Okay, so everybody is doing their part, playing their part in whatever it is, so they can reap this harvest. Okay, they are reaping results, gathering rewards, collecting what has been sown, whether efforts, emotions, or consequences. So with the family card being the first card that's in reverse, it's giving me the impression, or the energy that I'm feeling, is that this community is not as strong as it once was at a certain point in time. Okay. So then we have the poverty card that came out also, and it is in the upright. And it reads that a state of having very little money, resources, or possessions, feeling emotional or material deprivation. Okay. So the strain that possibly is happening at this time in this group, this family dynamic, is a sense of energy of poverty that they're experiencing at this time, which explains why the family unit may be on edge and possibly at the point of possibly dispersing or breaking up. Because they can no longer hold it together without the finances. And so poverty has showed up to say that there's a strain on the finances at some point. Something is going on here. So a state of having very little money, resources, or possessions, feeling emotional or material deprivation. So the possibility of losing things as well as money is here in this reading. The last card I have, which is my fifth card, is the balance card. Okay. And it came out in the upright. If you look on this card, you will see that this is a part that's on the picture that's on the card is a part. And you see like the slides that are sliding down. But in the foreground, you'll see like what we call, I forgot what we call that. But that thing is reminds me of scales where you balance, because one end will go up and the other end will go down, or vice versa, depending on the weight that you put on it. Okay. So this family is under some type of weight, some type of heaviness, some type of pressure, some type of stress, some type of something is going on with this family, that there's not a balance that's going on right now. There's an imbalance going on within this unit, this community, and they're not reaping the harvest that they strive for at this time. For some reason, something has happened, and it is the scales are balancing not in their favor, to the point that where it's possible poverty could be coming along for this group, where they're not just going to lose money, they're going to lose possessions and resources. At the bottom of the deck, I do have choices, and choices is in the reverse. Let me see if you can see it. See choices? If you look at this post in the upright, and this card in the upright, you see a card. You see a, what is that? Lord, I need to put my glasses on. You see a sign. I'm sorry. That's a sign. So you got one of the signs pointing in one direction and the other sign pointing in another direction, which will represent choices, that you have choices, right? But this came out in the reverse. So this is saying that the options that this group may have had at one point, or someone or all of the people in the group, they no longer have these options, okay? They no longer have the choices. They're not aware of any different options or making choices between the paths. They don't know what to do at this point because they're running out of options, okay? So this is what's happening at this time. And this is just setting the foundation for this reading. We're going to go ahead and clarify. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. This reading is for Gemini, okay? So Gemini, this is going on. This is either you or someone else you know. You may be a part of this family dynamic, this group, this community. Y'all may be experiencing some issues in the finance department where you guys are not reaping the harvest. So if it's not just a group, it's you and someone else, and y'all have come together to try to be a family, and it's not working. Things seem to be falling apart at this time. The community, in this case, if it's just two people that have come together, the community could be the supporting families for each individual, each partner that's in the connection. And maybe you guys have went, to the family members or some supporting friends or whatever it may be, looking for, to some help to celebrate, not to celebrate, but to collaborate, so you guys can gather what you sown already. You can reap. Because right now that's not happening. For some reason, finances is being stifled in some kind of way. So you guys are not having a harvest at this point between either two people or a group of people. Okay. So this is there's no balance within the It says maintaining stability, a situation where opposing forces are balanced, the effort to achieve balance. So could it be that either if it's a situation where it's two people, they're opposing one another, or is it if it's a case of a community, a group of people, a family dynamic that consists of relatives by blood and those that are not by blood, that the instability that's happening is because there's opposing forces, meaning the person that's coming against you in some kind of way or disagreeing is not necessarily in a malicious way, that this may be some disagreements on how to proceed forward. So this can apply either to a group or to just two individual people that is in a connection together. Okay, so we are going to clarify and see what we get. Thank you for joining tonight. Go ahead and tap that like button for me if you would. Tap that like button. Subscribe to my page if you would, please, my channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you would do that. First card we're going to clarify is the family card. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you so much. Go ahead and do that for me. So we're going to clarify family first. That's in reverse. Spirit, what do you have for family in reverse? See if we get it. Anything? Yes. First card to clarify family in reverse is the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. You can go right here. Okay. So with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, this is a sign of good luck, of karma, of good karma. This is a sign of a turning point, a change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, and good life cycles. This is coming out for family in reverse because the family in reverse is speaking of disconnections. Okay, so like whatever was holding this family together, this group together, or this community together, is no longer working due to finances. The Wheel of Fortune is in the upright because this is what this community, this group of people, this is what they were looking for. They wanted the Wheel of Fortune. They wanted the good luck. They wanted the Dharma, which is good karma. They wanted that. They wanted to change their fate. They wanted to change their destiny. They wanted to do all that. They were looking for like a sudden change, to change things from the way it had been for so long to something way better than what they had. Okay. And with this family card being in reverse, that's not what's happening at this time, but this is what they were looking for. This is why they came together. So they were looking for that Wheel of Fortune. They were looking for, let's see here. Yeah, they wanted a renewal or something better than what they had before, something to change for the better. Okay. But unfortunately, this family unit, this community or whatever it is, whether friends or family or both, they're having issues remaining a community, remaining together for some reason. Okay. Anything else for family in reverse? You have the Three of Swords in the upright. Okay. So Three of Swords is coming out also to clarify the family card that's in reverse. And with the Three of Swords in the upright, it signifies heartbreak. Okay. Some type of suffering, some type of grief or emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, depression. Again, just reiterating what I said earlier, that this group, this community, this family unit or whatever it is not sticking together. They're not, they're coming apart. So something is unraveling within this group. The connection is not as tight as it used to be. People are not trusting each other like they usually do. The support is not there like it used to be. A sense of belonging is not there anymore. In fact, I feel like there are people within this group, this community, this family unit, or whatever you want to call it. There are people within this that are feeling like they don't belong, that they're being ostracized, like made to feel like they don't belong. Because it's one thing to feel like it on your own due to your own insecurities or for whatever reason you may see, but it's another when someone else is making you feel like you don't belong, like there's something wrong with you, or you're just an oddball or something to that effect. So it puts me in mind of when you're considered the black sheep in your family, then you're ostracized because you're not like everybody else in the family, or they made you feel like you're not everybody else in the family. And could be that they're the oddballs, all of them, and you're the only sane one in the family. So it could be that, but that's what it puts me in mind of with this group, that the connection, there's a disconnection that's going on, and whatever is happening with this disconnection, a big part of this, a major part of this, is due to poverty, some type of poverty that's going on within this group. So you got people, because of money is a big part of why connections and relationships and marriages fall apart, is due to finances. And so this seems to be happening within this community as well. Anything else for family in reverse, Spirit? We're going to talk about it because this is what happens a lot of time within families. Money destroys a lot of connections and relationships, especially within families, if it has something to do with money. But even in friendships, that long-standing friendships that's been around for a long time, you have people that, they turn on you because of money. They turn on you because of finances. Maybe, if you don't lend it to them at a certain time, and then when you do lend it, they don't want you to ask for it back. And when you do ask for it back, they have an attitude about it. And then sometimes people take forever to pay you back. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that all the time that everybody that takes their time paying it back is not because they're doing it on purpose. Sometimes it's because they just don't have it. But I think the problem that destroys relationships and trust with people when it comes to money is a lack of communication about it. Okay. So if you're not able to pay it back, then you should be communicating with that person that you're not able to. Or when you borrow it, if you know that it's been an issue with you before, that it's possible that you may not be able to pay it back at all, then you should state that up front, because you give people the opportunity to see if they want to even involve themselves in that, entangle their energy in that. If you let them know up front that you're struggling and there's a possibility you may not be able to pay them back, okay? And this is something I think is missing a lot of times, and which causes the separation and the rift between people when you don't communicate when it comes to income, finances, and money, and plans about money, okay? So the third card I got for the family in reverse card is the Eight of Cups, and it's in the upright, okay? So this is Spirit once again confirming the issue with money with the Eight of Cups, because this is a disappointment that some people are experiencing, because something is happening with money where some people are coming up short, okay? And it's causing a divide between people, disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. So however they came together, whatever they were doing before, and they were working possibly as a well-oiled machine, and they were getting things done and taking care of business, it's not happening no more. And this group is in the process of separating, okay? Because some of the people, or a lot of the people, are disappointed and they're turning away from each other, and so it's leaving some people feeling like they've been abandoned because they don't have that connection anymore. They don't have that support that they used to have. You know what I mean? So when people start behaving in a certain way and they pull back their support, some of those other people that are affected by that may feel like they've been abandoned, okay? And this is what's happening within this group. Some people are walking away and they're leaving behind whatever it is that they started because of some money issues that's going on. So Gemini, this is either you, or is involving some people that you know, or somebody that you know. If this is just two people, if it's a group, then Gemini, you could be involved with this group, and this is what's happening. So this has to do with finances, okay? But since these cards is on the table, it says it's a community. This is not just two people. These two people that may be in a connection together may be within this community. Okay. So the nine of cups fell out. There you go. And it's in the upright. So the nine of cups is saying wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude. So with this card coming out, this is just expressing what this group was trying to accomplish. They were looking for a wish come true. They were wanting to be content with the things that they had accomplished. They were looking for that. They were wanting to be able to reap and have a harvest and be satisfied with what they put in and to see the fruits of their labor. You know what I'm saying? And they were looking to be stable and live in luxury, and none of these things that happened. It happened probably at first, and they probably were doing this at first. But again, something happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened to where now they're affected in a way that this is not happening. It's almost like they're losing now. And I don't understand that, but that's what the cards are saying. So now we're going to clarify community, okay? So with the community, we get the 10 of cups that's in the upright, okay? So here we got community in the upright, okay? Community in the upright, these people had the 10 of cups, like I said. This is what they had at first, a wish come true. They were content, they were satisfied, they had emotional stability, they were living in luxury, and they were so happy about this community, this family unit. Okay, and they had the 10 of cups. That's what this was. They had it. If you can see that, let's see. They had the 10 of cups. They came together. They collaborated together. They gathered together. They reaped together, and they were celebrating with this 10 of cups as a community, as a group. They had, they were in harmony. They were working together. They had a blissful relationship. They were all in alignment. There was inner happiness. They were fulfilled. The dreams did come true. It says the same thing, because the 9 of cups in the upright says wish come true on it. And then the 10 of cups in the upright says dream come true. So pretty much the same thing. They have family contentment, total love and support. But the family card came out in the first card we pulled from the Oracle deck that said that the support was not there. The family connection was not there anymore. It's leaving. It's affected. It's negatively affected. The sense of belonging was not there. The protection and the emotional connection that they had with people is not there anymore, or wasn't there anymore. It's going away. And then you get the 10 of cups that says that this is what they were looking for. So these two cups are the same coin, but two different sides of that coin. What they wanted in the beginning, the first card is saying it was not happening. It's changing. It's leaving. But then you get the 10 of cups card that said this is what they really wanted. This is what they was trying to do. And again, Gemini, I'm saying that this could be you, Gemini, with somebody within this community, this family unit. Or it could be a group of people that they consider each other family, or a mixture of family and friends, okay? Anything else for the community card in the upright, please? You have the 5 of cups in the upright. Okay. And this is for the community card in the upright. So this community right now is in regret. They're at failure and disappointment. It's not looking good according to the spread. I don't like this energy, y'all. There's been some failures, some disappointment, and people are feeling some loss, that they've taken some losses, they're in grief, and they're pessimistic about the future of this group, or maybe just their own future individually. Anything else for the community card in the upright? I wonder what happened? Spirit, can you tell me what happened? I know it has to do with finances. Can you tell me what happened with the finances? Did somebody do something and mess things up, or what was it that caused the instability with the family unit, this community? What messed up the money, Spirit? They had the 10 of cups, and they don't have it no more. What was it that messed it up? We got a card. This is the Ace of Swords in the upright. And let me see. I asked what caused the problem, the money problem. Somebody's ambitions was in the way. Somebody tried to dominate. Somebody tried to be the head person in charge. That's what happened. Somebody, I don't know if they were the chosen leader for the group or they tried to become a leader in the group or the leader of the group. Because this person started some type of conflict. Or yeah. Now, what I'm hearing is it's possible that this person that started the conflict didn't start it it didn't have malicious intent when they did that. I'm hearing that they just had some new ideas. That's all. But I don't think the family or the group family unit wanted to change anything. Maybe this person saw something coming that was going to be, where they all were going to take a hit and they were trying to do something different so it don't happen. Now, I'm not really, this is some little something sidebar. This might be what it is. So maybe their idea was rejected by the group because this person possibly saw something coming where it was going to affect them all, financially. So we're going to see if that comes out again. Anything else for community spirit? Oh. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in the upright for the community card. Exactly what I just said. Long-term view. I just see it with this Ace of Swords card. I just said what I'm feeling, the energy that I'm feeling is that this person possibly foresaw something coming where this group was going to take a hit financially and they had new ideas and wanted to do something differently. And the group was not accepting of what this person was trying to do. And to clarify, not to clarify, but to piggyback right on top of that, we have the Seven of Pentacles right here. Okay. And this is the same thing that I just said. It's just confirming that. It says long-term view. First thing it says on the card, long-term view. So this person did see something. This is what I was picking up on. And they brought new ideas to this group of how they can stay on top and keep moving and maintain whatever it is that they got and keep reaping their harvest. But the group rejected what they said. This new view, these new ideas that this person had was going to require some work. It wasn't going to be just overnight success. So the new ideas that this person was bringing was probably detailed, that everybody needed to pitch in to make sure they stay on top, that they can continue to reap their harvest, that they don't take this financial hit that this person foresaw. But they rejected what this person was saying. He was telling them you're going to have to persevere through this if you do this way. Or she was telling them that, Gemini. Or maybe that was you that was trying to tell somebody that. The new idea that you had was going to put y'all back on top and keep y'all from going in the hole. And somebody wasn't listening to you, or somebody's wasn't listening to you, or vice versa. Okay? And it was something that wasn't hard. It just required some hard work, some diligent work, some persistence, and some commitment from other people, Gemini. And if they would stick to the new idea that you had, Gemini, or somebody else had, Gemini, then this is something that was doable. It was sustainable, and that you guys were, had to be invested in this, and you were going to get that harvest. Okay, Gemini. So this is either you bringing this idea or someone else that you're connected to, or possibly within this group. And it seems to me so far that the ideas were rejected. Okay. Spirit, can you clarify harvest, please? Harvest, please, for Gemini. That's crazy, because sometimes, people think that you're trying to switch things up. They think that you're trying to destroy what's already been built. But if, and a lot of people have that mindset that if it ain't broken, don't try to fix it. If, don't try to fix something that don't need fixing. And sometimes people be so narrow-minded, that the old ways is all they know and that's all they want to do. They want to keep doing that, But apparently this person, either you, Gemini, or somebody else, saw something coming and it wasn't good. So you had came up with a plan or some different ideas to try to switch this around before all of y'all head into ruin. Because you was still trying to have that 10 of cups and you was going to make sure everybody else eat too. But somebody or somebody's was not in agreement. And they started acting funny and isolating you because of that idea or whatever it is, and start, like you a troublemaker. Like you, like I said earlier, like you the bad seed, you the black sheep. Like you speaking German to a bunch of people that speak Greek or something like that. You know what I'm saying? This is what the energy that I'm picking up at this time. So, but you presented your idea now. I got 2 cards for the harvest. And the first one is the 4 of Cups in the reverse. You go right here. Thank you for joining. Please tap that screen and go ahead and like this video. Please go ahead and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining. Stay with me. It gets better. Okay. So we got the 4 of Cups and it's in the reverse. Okay. And this is for the harvest card that's in the upright. So the harvest card is the reaping, the results, the gathering, the rewards, collecting what has been sown, whether efforts, emotions, or consequences. Okay. So, but in the reverse, it says sudden awareness, choosing happiness, acceptance, retreat, withdrawal, checking in for realignment. Okay. So whoever this person is, either you, Gemini, or somebody else. Okay. You had a sudden awareness of something that was coming that was not good. You look down the road at stuff. You look at in detail and you can see how stuff was going to play out a certain way. And you didn't see anything good about what was going to play out. You presented your idea, Gemini, or somebody presented it to you, and either you was resistant or somebody else was resistant, did not want to accept what the plan that you came up with, these new ideas. And they didn't want to do that. But you had that sudden awareness. You were the only one that could see this. Nobody else could see it. And see, when I felt that black sheep energy, the black sheep also is the one that is looked down on, like what good could possibly come from that person. They don't look at anything you say or do or think as being ideal or a part of the whole or a part of the family or a part, like you don't know what you're talking about, or they're not going to stand behind you. They're not going to get behind you on certain things that you say. They're not going to support you. Like, you start feeling ostracized, like you're not even family, like what's happening when we got this first oracle card, which is the family card in reverse. Like the connection is being disrupted. If you ever had somebody in your family make you feel like, bad about yourself, you know what I mean? On purpose. Okay. I'll give you an example, like when I was a little girl, I had 3 older sisters than me. but I'm the baby of the girls. Okay. And so when I was a little girl, I wanted to always be with my sisters. I always wanted to play with my sisters. But there was an age gap between me and the next one that was over me in age. And then they got, two more above them. And so because of the age gap, this age difference, we couldn't connect in that sense because I was too young. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so in this sense, when it comes to this family unit, they're treating the person with the new idea as though it's a disconnect. You're too young. You know what I mean? You young-minded. That's juvenile of you to think that way. It's not going to work. We're not going to support that. And the rest of your brothers and sisters could possibly, and this may have happened to some people, but the rest of your sisters and brothers could possibly join together, against you and be like, you always talking about crazy stuff, or you always talking about stuff that don't make sense, or you got these crazy ideas. You always dreaming about a better day or a better this or better. These are people that's why pessimism is on this card. Where is it? It's on the 5 of Cups in the upright. The word pessimism is on this card. So you live with, these are a bunch of people that are pessimistic, not optimistic. Just like some of your family members could be. Okay? So you saw what was coming. You was the only one that did because you were open-minded. You see things differently than everybody else. You're not the person that you can't be placed in a box. Can't nobody put you in a box. You're different, and you're different. You were different when you were younger, Gemini. That's what you were. And that's who you are now. Anything else for harvest, please? The moon card came out for harvest in the upright. And it says illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious, and premonitions. What did I just say? I just said you were the one that had the ideas. You were the one that had the dreams. You were the one that saw things differently than everybody else. You were the one that they made fun of or ostracized because of this, because you were different than anybody else. You had gifts and different things about you, Gemini, that other people did not recognize or purposely did not recognize, want to recognize or acknowledge about you. You were the one, that thought about things differently. You were more abstract, if you want to say that, about just about everything. You saw the world abstractly, if you want to say it that way. You were just different. And the moon card came out to say that, whatever that you've been endowed with from the divine is a mystery. It always looks strange to people. You know what I'm saying? And, people they fear what they don't understand. So if you were being mistreated, a lot of the times it was out of the fear of the fact that people knew that you were different. And that if they ask your opinion about anything, it's going to be completely different than anybody that they know or they've ever heard. And it's going to seem weird to them because what people don't understand, a lot of times they fear, like I said. And this card is just confirming the moon card, the illusion that people had about you. It has on here dreams and intuition where you can pick up on stuff. And this is why you were the only one that saw it. This is why. Because this is a gift that you have, Gemini. This is a gift that you or somebody has this gift. Be able to see things that the other people don't see. Okay? And this brought about, I don't even want to say I don't know if it was anxiety for you coming up because you knew you were different. So when you would get around other people, it would be obvious that you are. I don't know if that brought out anxiety for you, but because you are endowed with these gifts, when you got with your partner or you got with this group or vice versa, put it where it fit, you saw what was coming down the road. You saw the possibility of things not working out the way it should be. So you came up with a plan, you went back, you got some things together, came up with some ideas of how to keep this on track, and then you pitched your idea, okay, to a group or to your partner or vice versa. They was pitching it to you and it was rejected, okay? Anything for harvest, anything else for harvest in the upright. Sometimes people miss their blessing simply because of the messenger. They miss the message because of the messenger. They don't want to hear, it because of the person that's delivering the message. But that same message can come from somebody else and they will gladly hear it. They'll take heed to it. They'll even do what somebody else say, and it's the same thing you said. So drop your comment down there and let me know if this is something that happened. You know what I'm saying? Where these type of things was happening with you within a partnership or a group conglomerate or community or whatever you want to call it. But that's how they do. When it's you, they can't hear you. When it's somebody else, they listen to everything that person said. And it's the same thing you said. It's the same thing. And you sitting back looking like, really? Like, really? I told you that. I told you that. I said the same thing. Wow, you're going to listen to them, but you're not going to listen to me. And I'm either family by blood or family by community, we're friends. And you feel like family. We treat each other like family. It's the way it's always been. But you can't listen to nothing that I say. Because in this spread, the connections are being disconnected. The unconditional love is now conditional. Okay? The support is not there like it used to be. The trust is leaving. So people are disbanding from a partnership of many people or two people that they consider family or community that were working together, that were breaking bread together, that were sitting at the table together and laying everything that they bring to the table on the table. And it wasn't always just food as you see in this picture. You see community. But because everybody was playing their part and was committed with the support and the love and everything that a family is supposed to have, everybody ate, okay? Now, harvest was plentiful when the time came. All the bills got paid. There's plenty of food. Everybody's needs was met. Everybody was doing good because everybody came together. But in this case, in this spread, somebody did not like the idea that somebody had. They felt some kind of way about somebody bringing a new idea because this person that brought the new idea saw the issues down the road. Because, when times change, you have to change how you do things. You have to go with the times. If you're doing something for a long time, the elders would say, like, if it's working, why, try to change it? But if it stops working due to things changing, then you're going to have to adapt. It's just like when you're on a job in let's say in the corporate world, we just use that for an example, and you're on the job after a while, certain ways and methods that they use is no longer working because things are shifting and things are changing. As technology upgrades and updates, we got AI now and all kind of stuff. So now everybody within that corporation has got to be able to adapt to the changes that's taking place. So they probably will introduce new training. You know what I'm saying? Because something is new now. So we have to get you up to speed, and you got to learn whatever it is that they're trying to teach you, and they put a time span on it because they can't take a long time teaching because they lose money. So we adapt as things change. Within this group, they did not want to adapt, whether it's one person or a whole bunch of people. They did not want to hear this person's idea on how to adapt to change, to the change that was coming, that they saw down the road that nobody else paid any attention to. And when you bring ideas, a lot of times the people don't accept the ideas is because they get a little envious that it wasn't them that brought the idea. So now they got a problem with it simply because it's not them and it's you. Anything else on the harvest card? This don't have to be in a corporation. This can be in a family unit. This can be between friends. This can be between lovers. It can be with anybody. It doesn't matter at this point. But there's more than one person involved, obviously. And somebody is not accepting the other person's, or a bunch of people is not accepting the other person's ideas. But this person is trying to save everybody. Okay? It's the last one for harvest. And that's going to be the 6 of Wands in the reverse. Here you go. You see that? 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay? The 6 of Wands in reverse says, wow. Egotism. Lack of confidence. Lack of recognition. Unpopular. Discredited. Private achievement. Boom. So, egotism could be somebody within this partnership group, whatever it was, got in their ego when this person brought this idea because, like I said, it wasn't them that brought the idea. So there's the envy that jumped in there. And this person could have been the one to sway the rest of the people or the group, if it's a group thing, to not accept this idea from this person. Okay? Lack of recognition, meaning we're not even going to acknowledge the fact that you brought this up. Now, let me run something back. Lack of recognition. Do you remember when I said, and I use the example of being the black sheep in the family, and I said at some point, you were the different one. You were the one that didn't act like everybody else. You didn't see things like everybody else. You didn't do things like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You didn't agree with everything that everybody else agreed with. Your heart was in a different place. Your mind was in a different place than everybody else in the family, which is why you felt like you were the black sheep. You were probably ostracized, made to feel bad about yourself, wanted you to be embarrassed about you being you, you were probably isolated. You know what I'm saying? And here's this card saying lack of recognition, which is what happens with the black sheep in the family. You have lack of recognition from your siblings, from cousins, aunts, and uncles, because everybody know you different, and everybody been talking about you behind your back about you being different for over the years. Oh, you know how Sandy is. You know, we've been going to have this cookout, and Sandy comes. She better not come with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can feel that energy when you're around your family members. You feel like you don't belong. You know what I'm saying? And here's this card coming in talking about lack of recognition. You're not even actually feeling like you've been recognized as part of the family. That's how bad it can get for some people and has been for some people. So in this case, with this community, this family, this partnership, or whatever this is, it's the same thing going on with this person that brought these ideas. This is the black sheep. This is of this community. I'm not even talking about like family, brothers and sisters necessarily within this community, but they're being treated like someone that's a black sheep of an actual family of brothers and sisters. Okay? Lack of recognition. Your opinion is going to be always the unpopular opinion. It's not a bad opinion. That's not what I'm saying. But it's unpopular because you're not like everybody else. You're always coming up with some weird stuff. So they think it's weird. It's not necessarily weird. You know, like, for example, and I don't mean to offend nobody when I say this, but I want to use this as an example of what I'm saying. Autism. People, some people, not everybody, want to say people with autism are weird and this and that and the other. I've heard this, okay? I've heard people say that. And I never thought that people with autism were weird. I just thought that they see the world differently than we do. They see things differently. And then there's different levels on the spectrum, the autism spectrum, that some people, you know, fall in or whatever. And it took me working in a mental health facility that provided therapy to fully understand. Now, I won't even say fully, because I don't think I will ever fully understand everything about autism. But we had some clients that had autism that were children as well as adults. And we provided therapy services for them. So we worked closely with the parents for the children, and then the adults that had autism that, you know, came in for the therapy. Because even with autism, they knew they needed therapy. They needed something. And to work with them and learn what I learned, this is why I say they're not weird. They see things completely differently than other people that don't have autism. But yet these people and other people with different things that's going on with them, or possibly nothing going on with them, is just a projection because you're not like everybody else, that something is wrong with you, are always looked down upon. They're always, you know, like something is wrong. Like you don't belong. And this is what's happening in this spread. And it's crazy that this person who is trying to help everybody is being rejected. He's trying to keep everybody together, keep everybody working together, keep everybody doing what they've been doing, is being rejected. It's terrible. We're going to move on to the poverty card. See what else the divine has. What's that say? Josig 7391. Hey. I'm not doing personals just yet. Not yet, dear. I haven't gotten to the point to where I'm gonna do personals right now. We will get into the personals a little bit later, but not just yet. Okay. But thanks for asking. I have been thinking about how to incorporate it, but not yet. I will let you guys know when I do open up for personals, okay? We're going to move on to poverty. Please like this video for me. Please go ahead and tap that screen for me. Tap in for me. I'll tap in for me, okay? Go ahead and tap that screen and like it for me. Let me know if this reading is resonating with you. Drop a comment down below. Even if you just want to say hi, just drop that down there for me, okay? If you're still with me after all this time, if you could do that for me, I'll go ahead and put a pink heart in the chat for me. Pink hearts in the chat. Can we get some pink hearts in the chat, please? Spirit, what do you have for poverty? Got 2 cards for poverty. Let's see what this first card is. First card is going to be the 4 of Swords in reverse. Is it in reverse? Yeah, it's in reverse. Here you go. So poverty is a state of having very little money, resources, or possessions, feeling emotional or material deprivation. So with the 4 of Swords in reverse, this person that's trying to come with this idea is they want to make some progress in the direction of their finances. They want to make progress, but I don't think everybody is on board according to the spread. Okay, they're trying to preserve the foundation that they have. They're also trying to preserve their own strength because it seems like almost everybody in the group is coming against this person and their ideas. They don't agree with this person for some reason. I don't know why, but they don't. Okay. They don't. And my reasons I've stated earlier, or what I think is the problem, because whoever this person is got to be what they consider the oddball. But it be them eyeballs that be saving us. Mm-hmm. In the upright, for the 4 of Swords, it would be rest, relaxation. Hold on, I can't see. 1 second. Let me put my glasses on. Rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation, recuperation, retreat, renewal, and solitude. That's what it would be in the upright, but it came out in the reverse, okay? So it's exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, restlessness, and stress. So this has created quite a bit of stress, possibly for you, Gemini, or for your partner or the people that's in this group, because things is not turning out the way that everybody thought it was going to be. What happened was somebody in this group wanted to, they turned this group against this person with their new ideas. That's what they did. Because at first I thought this person with the new ideas was a person that was coming in and just trying to do something, trying to be a boss and rule over everybody, but that's not the case. This person is actually trying to help everybody. That's what's happening here. And this person is exhausted. They're burnt out trying to get these people to agree with them and trying to, implement this plan before it's too late. Because remember, I said they saw something that was coming. So this is either you, Gemini, or this is somebody else. And the group is fighting against this person. They're not trying to hear it. And this is coming out for the poverty card, the exhaustion, the burnout, the stress. They're stagnant right now. Nothing's moving. And this is stressing this person out because they're in connection with either one person in this group or a bunch of folks. So if it seems to me that and this is something I just heard, if one go down, they all going down together. So he or she is trying to prevent this from happening. So they are burnt out trying to convince everybody of what to do. Second card for poverty is going to be the Fool card in the reverse. You see that? Fool card in reverse. Holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, risk-taking. What did I say? The group is holding back. They're holding back from this person. They're resisting this person and their ideas. They think about the what this person is trying to do, but they're indecisive about if they want to follow this person or not. And I mean, everything is already destabilized. I don't see in this spread nowhere where anybody else has come up with anything except this person. And yet they're fighting against this person. They are resisting. And they're looking at this person like you would look at the black sheep as making reckless decisions. But this is going to do more harm than it is going to help us, is what I'm hearing. But that's not what's happening. They think it's a bad choice. They think it's a risk to follow this person. Anything else for poverty? It's the Fool card. They're being foolish by not listening to this person. Anything else for poverty? I don't understand that, why these are adults. These are not children. So when I talked about the black sheep, I'm talking about when you were younger and you was coming up with your siblings or other family members. Because it don't have to necessarily be just your siblings. It could be cousins or other people in the family. You know what I'm saying? What else for poverty? Sorry, y'all. Got the chariot in reverse. Right away, everything so far is confirming that there's been no movement. This is stagnant. The chariot is no movement. When it's in the upright, it's movement. Okay? It's in the reverse. This person is dealing with so much opposition. And some of these people are aggressive towards this person. They're aggressive. Really pushing back against this person. Just pushing back. Like, how are they trying to come up with this? That's not gonna work. What you talking about? Why should we believe you? Why should we take your advice? Since when did anything you say is supposed to be something good that we all could benefit from? What you mean it's gonna happen? I don't see that. Why do you see that? Why would you say that? You're so negative. What are you talking about? Something about to happen with the money and stuff. We're good. We're fine. No, we're not. I think we should do X, Y, Z, and this and that and the other. Well, I don't think we should do that. What y'all think? Don't you think that's a dumb idea? Yeah, we agree. What do you have for balance? Anything for balance, please? Then we're gonna go with the card at the bottom of the deck on the oracle deck. We haven't gotten to that yet. I want to save it for last, but we're gonna do the balance card real quick. Let's see what spirit has to say. An hour and 13 minutes in. Wow. Thank you for hanging with me. Tap that screen for me. Like, share, and subscribe this video. Let me know that you enjoyed the reading, even if it didn't resonate with you. Just let me know. But if it did resonate with you, leave me a comment. Tell me how. Okay? So for the balance card in the upright, balance is saying maintaining stability, a situation where opposing forces are balanced, the effort to achieve balance. And to clarify that, I have the 9 of Swords in the reverse. First things first, before I even look at the meaning at this card, you see a person in the bed holding their hands. This is an upright, okay? That's what it looks like. But it came out in the reverse, okay? This is a card of anxiety, it says inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrets, releasing worry, hope, and reaching out. So apparently whatever this person sees that's coming must be something pretty big that's not good for everybody in the group, including themselves. And it is creating some inner turmoil with this person because remember I said these people are they are not trying to accept whatever the idea or ideas are that this person has to keep this group afloat or this partnership afloat. And this is creating some stress and inner turmoil for this person. It's deep-seated fears because this is big that's coming. And The secrets is in here, and then releasing the worry, hope, reaching out. So somebody, either you're Gemini or somebody else, okay, is feeling this inner turmoil, the deep-seated fears. Somebody within this group got some secrets. I saw that somewhere. I'll have to find it. But someone within this group got some secrets. Someone or some people. Okay? And this could be the person that rallied the rest of the people against you, Gemini, or against someone else. Okay? I don't know where that came from. That's what I'm feeling. But you're trying to release this worry that you have, this anxiety that you have about this issue. You're trying to release it and get it off of you by trying to get these people to agree with you, and they're not. They're just not. They're not at this point. So you are trying to do, either you or someone else is reaching out to different members in the group. Now, you could be reaching out to different members of the group on an individual basis to try to talk to them and reason with them to get them to go ahead and get on board with you. Or this other person that got these secrets that's within this group is reaching out to other members to try to keep them from agreeing with you, because maybe whatever this decision is you're trying to do is going to expose this person some kind of way. Not what's coming going to expose them, but what your idea is going to expose this person. This person brought some conflict, that other person. Is that right, Spirit? Is that what happened? This person did something. This person is doing something secretly. Not you, Gemini, or the other person that's trying to bring the idea. It's somebody else in this group. It is. It's somebody else. What is the Spirit? What is the Spirit? Okay. You have the 5 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, I knew it. I knew it. This is a card of conflict. Rivalry. Competition. Disagreements. Strife. Tension. All of this is on this card. It's in the reverse because the aggression that this person is experiencing, the one that's trying to turn this group around, is from this one individual in this group that's been very aggressive against them because they're in competition with them. That's the only reason I was thinking of as the reason why I felt that energy of this person rallying everyone else against this, you Gemini or somebody else, because they're in competition. Now, this is why I use the example, and I was trying to figure out why that dropped in my spirit about the black sheep. The black sheep, when they are ostracized or picked on or whatever it is, it's usually aggressive. It's usually in an aggressive nature, aggressive energy towards the black sheep to make sure they get the idea or get the point that they're not welcome. They're not a part of the whole. They're not part of this, to make you feel weird by mistreating you, not as a kid, not playing with you, not including you in the games or whatever. When you're at school, you feel ostracized and nobody wants to, deal with you at school when you're in grade school coming up or whatever, and it could be been some bullying outside of the home as well as in the home. But this is what happened to the black sheep. It's only happening to that person. It's not happening to nobody else. And so when this person because you possess something you possess. You possessed it then and you still possess it now. You were so different. You were so unique that they made that make you feel like you're a pariah or something is wrong with you. It's almost like, and I'm gonna use is it Marvel or DC Comics? One of them with the X-Men. With these powers, these mutants. If you think about X-Men and all of that, and those mutants with all these special powers, originally they were hunted down and were not accepted because they had special powers. They were different. They weren't regular humans, regular. They wasn't average. They wasn't none of that. They, some of them reading minds, some of them blowing up stuff with their eyes, some of them doing this, some of them doing that, some of them can protect other people, some of them can fly, and this and that and the other. And in your case, you just saw things differently. You did things differently. You acted differently. Everything you did was different than everybody else. And people were trying to snuff your light out because you was different and call you weird. Like they call people that have autism, a lot of people call them weird, and they're not. They just see things differently. They see the world differently. And nobody didn't recognize that you were a gift. You were placed in whatever family you was in, even though you felt like you was a black sheep. You were a gift to that family. It's very possible the reason, and I'm saying this is coming all out for Gemini. It's a Gemini reading. But take it as it resonates, okay? It's possible you was placed in that family or born into that family or what have you. However you got into that family, whether you was adopted or whatever. You were there to break some curses with your different self. You were put in that family to break some curses because everybody else in the family acted a certain way. Now I'm about to show you my nerd side. If you're a Trekkie, I'm a Star Trek person from the old to the new. Okay. You remember the Borg? Okay. People wanted you to be assimilated. You can't be walking around here in your own mind, doing your own thing that's different than everybody else. You can't be doing that. You can't be dressing different than everybody else. You can't be staying at home when everybody else is partying. You can't be not doing drugs when everybody else is doing drugs. You can't be out here chilling by yourself and enjoying your own company when everybody else feel like they got to be around a whole bunch of people. They got to have somebody around them. You can't be single forever or single however long you want to be, and you're happy about that when the rest of the people feel like they got to have somebody and be with somebody and be in a relationship. They got to have a man. They got to have a woman. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be with somebody. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it did not bother you. It does not bother you to be different. You're happy being just who you are, Gemini. And people say with the Geminis, it's the twins. So it's two of y'all in there. Now, I'm going to do you one better. My daughter is a Gemini. So 9 times out of 10, she may see this reading, but it's okay because this is something, everything I'm saying, I've said to her. My daughter's grown. She would tell me as a Gemini, how did she put it? She said, whatever energy you coming in or however you act is going to determine which one of them you get, referring to the twins, the Gemini. Something to that effect. I may be saying it wrong. But she would say, what you do determines which side of the Gemini you get, in essence. That's what she was saying. And when I say she's proud to be a Gemini, she is. She's accepted herself for who she is with her unique self. And baby, I have 3 kids, and she is the most unique out of all 3. So when that dropped in my spirit about the black sheep, doesn't mean that it's the youngest person in the family. I'm not the youngest in my family, second to the youngest, but I'm the black sheep. And the oldest of the siblings can be the black sheep. It doesn't matter. But in this case, in this spread, in this group, this partnership, or whatever this is, this community, this family, or both, whatever this is, this person is trying to help to keep this family together, number one. Number two, everybody on their P's and Q's so they can continue what they've been doing, so they can reap their harvest that they've been sowing all this time that they've been working together. Everything is good. But they foresee something that's coming that's going to affect their finances, could possibly put them in poverty. And they're trying to get everybody else on board with some new ideas that they came up with, and somebody's fighting against them. And one particular person in this group, one particular person within this, whatever this is very aggressive toward this person, is trying to turn everybody against them and not accept what they're saying, simply because they're in competition with them. And that is the gist of this whole reading, pretty much. One person to try to save you. One person born or adopted into a family that came to break some curses. One person, unique, different, rejected. The curse that's on the family, depending on what it is, can be broken by that one person, but they're not being accepted. They're being rejected. And in this case, it's the same thing. The curse that's coming with this poverty and stuff that was foreseen by this person, could be averted. Disaster averted. Could be. But they're being rejected. This person is trying to balance this out, trying to maintain some type of stability. But they're aggressively being rejected by one particular person who is rallying everybody else. As though that's a bad idea. And you know what's crazy? In the black sheep scenario, the black sheep, even though they're being ostracized and mistreated and different things is going on and made to feel like crap, still have love for their family. Still have love. And still willing to express love. To try to break that curse. They don't even know that's what they're doing originally. Some people learn way later, after some time, that that's why they were born into that family, to break some generational curses. And that's why they were mistreated. Because the forces of darkness is always going to come against the forces of light. But notice every time you turn on a light switch, darkness flees. So you were the light for that family. And in this group, this person is the light. You were the light to break the curse. Disaster averted with that family. But they rejected you. Okay? In this spread, this person is the light to avert disaster of poverty for this group, family, community, whatever it is. But they're being heavily rejected with aggression and made to look like a fool, like you don't know what you're talking about. So Gemini, this is either you or this is somebody else. This is the 5 of Wands in reverse. And as I mentioned, this is nothing but conflict brought on by one person who is in competition with the person that's trying to save everybody else, rallying the troops against them. Rallying the troops simply because they're in competition with this person. Maybe this person always come up with different ideas. And if anybody ever listened to this person and things worked out, this person was a witness to that. And this one time, they don't want nobody to listen to them. You must think you special or something. You're always talking about doing this and don't listen to him. Don't listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about. She's weird anyway. He weird anyway. And this person is not only trying to save this group, the person that's being aggressive towards them, they're trying to save them too. Still got love, to include the hater. Have anything else for balance? Divine Mother and Father. Anything else? One more round, and then we're going to close out with a card on the bottom of the deck. Thank you guys for joining me. Please tap that screen. Please like this video for me, please. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe for me. Definitely like the video for me. So I don't think there's anything else for the balance card. So we're going to go with the card at the bottom of the Oracle deck. And that card is Choices in Reverse. Well, let me show you guys. This is the last card. And remember I said earlier, if you was with me earlier, choices in the upright is becoming aware of different options or making a choice between paths. And in this, on this card, in this picture, you see a sign, a post with two signs on it, pointing in the opposite direction. It takes you in two different paths, okay? But it came out. In the reverse, okay? Tap that screen for me, you guys. Go ahead and do that for your girl. Tap that screen for me. I'm gonna be back tomorrow as well. Go ahead and do, we're gonna do, what's after Gemini? Aries. Nope, we did Aries already. We did Pisces, but I don't know what happened to my Pisces video, so I think I'm gonna redo it because it's not on there. I have to look and see. But if it's under my actual videos or my lives, so if it's under my videos, then we did Pisces already, and then the next one we're gonna do is we did Aries already, so we're gonna do, I think we did Taurus already, so we're doing Gemini, and so the next one gonna be Cancer. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna do the Choices card in the reverse. Spirit, what have you. Let everybody know what choices means. It's options. It's in the reverse, which means that the group don't have any other options. This person that's being aggressive don't have no other options, even though they're trying to turn everybody against this person who has some options. But don't nobody else got no options. But that he or she just don't want nobody to listen to this person because they're in competition with them. So they want to make this person look foolish and dumb and talk about them, make them seem like they're talking crazy or what have you. So for the Choices card in reverse, we got the Three of Cups in reverse, okay? Let me show you. So this is the Three of Cups in reverse that came out for the Choices card. That's also in reverse. And so for the Three of Cups, there's a lot of gossip going on about this person. In this picture with the Three of Cups, even though it's in the reverse, you see three people holding up cups. It's partying. So this is distraction that person that's being aggressive is trying to do right now. Is trying to keep the group distracted so they don't pay attention to this other person. And this is, normal hater tactic to have people not pay attention to you, but pay attention to them because this is competition. You got to remember that. So they want people to just not to act like nothing is happening, go back to trying to act like everything is good and celebrating and, but except in this instance, this is an overindulgence of partying and gossiping about this person in order to isolate them. This is meant to make this person shut up and not be heard. That's what this is, okay? So this is clarifying the Choices card, which is a choice between two paths, which this group does not have any options right now. But this person, instead of seeing the the situation as being dire, and this person that's trying to help, they're trying to distract the other people by having them feel like everything is good, by celebrating and partying, like we're gonna do like we always done. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Don't listen to this person. Anything to isolate that person, because they feel like this person is, everybody's listening to them, and they're a hater, they're jealous. This person actually has come up with some good ideas to help the whole group. They actually have. But because it's this person, and let me stop real quick. A lot of times, I said this earlier and I'm gonna say it again, and I've said it in another video, because it's you, most people won't listen to you. I said this earlier. You can say it, they will not listen to you. Somebody else say the same thing, they listen to them. They don't listen to you. Okay? And the reason why they don't listen to you is because there's some hating there, some envy there. It's because it's you. Because you're unique all by yourself. Your ideas is different than anybody else. And you've come up with things before that have helped people come out of certain situations, no matter what it was that you helped them with, the ideas or the encouragement, the support you gave, or what have you. Your mind worked differently than everybody else. And people think that's weird. And so when it works, they're sitting back puzzled. But they also sit back hating. Who do you think you is? Because you did it that way. But then it keeps happening. So maybe this person with this person with the ideas do this with other people and help outside this group, outside this community, outside this family, or whatever it is. And they always was a hater. It just took this last time for them to come forth. It's just like, oh, nah, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. This is too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Come on now. You always talking. You're doing too much. You're always trying to do this. You did such a goody two shoes, always trying to help. Always trying to help. So we're going to put a stop to this. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn everybody against you. I'm going to turn everybody. I'm going to make them. You're going to feel real stupid when I get done with you. I'm going to make everybody look at you like you're crazy. Just like when you felt like you was feeling that way when you was a black sheep and you was a kid. I'm going to make you feel weird. I'm going to make you feel stupid. I'm going to make you want to be included, but you're not going to be. You're going to be isolated. Ain't nobody going to play with you on the playground no more. Ain't nobody going to want to play with you. When we pick teams, you're not going to get picked. Hey, come on, we're going to play kickball. We're going to pick teams. Everybody put their foot in. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Josh, why you here? Brian, why you here? You can't play with us. Just what this person is doing. It's very childish. Sounds childish, it is. Do you have anything else for choices in the reverse? Tap that screen for me, y'all. Subscribe to this channel if you would, please. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Please do it for me, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need one more. Just one more, please. That's all I need. Give me one. I'm gonna pull. Three of Wands in reverse. Lack of planning, lack of foresight, unexpected delays, obstacles to long-term goals. Even though I pulled it, still confirming what I said. Playing small, lack of planning, lack of foresight, unexpected delays, obstacles to long-term goals. The playing small part is that other person. They want the person with the ideas to play small. Because, again, people listen to this person. They always come up with ideas. So they want this person to play small. They want them to look small. They don't want people to pay attention to this person. But because these people are not listening, this idea, whatever it is not getting off the ground. So therefore, that's why you see lack of planning, lack of foresight. This person is the only person with the foresight. They saw this coming. Nobody else is seeing it. Right now, they're being distracted by this aggressive person. And they're halfway listening to this aggressive person. Okay? So therefore, because of this, they're going to have unexpected delays. It's going to be some problems. There's going to be some issues. You know, this person is trying to avert that, but it's going to be some issues. It's going to be some unexpected delays. So some stuff going to happen that nobody's prepared for because they're not trying to do this plan. This person has some plans to help everybody. But because nobody is trying to listen to this person, it's going to be some unexpected. It's going to be some stuff that happened that nobody could have saw except this person. There's going to be some obstacles to the long-term goals. So whatever this group started off with trying to do, they were doing it at first, okay? Things were good. They were bringing everything that they have, whatever talents and gifts and whatever they do to the table as a community, as a family, or a combination of both, okay? And things were going well. They were reaping what they sowed. That's why we have the harvest card. One person in the group, because times were changing, things were changing, came up with some ideas because they felt like the way they had been doing things was not going to be sustainable, okay? But their new ideas would be sustainable. So they presented these ideas, okay? So that there will be some stability. And they could continue on the way they've been going without missing a beat. One person saw something down the line. Times have changed, things have changed. We can't keep doing it the way we were doing it. We got to adapt with the changes so that we can keep reaping. We can continue on. Everybody's provided for, everybody eats, everybody has what they need. And we are not worried about anything. But when this person presented their ideas, one person within their group that was a hater was aggressively blocking them from getting everyone else to come on board. And as a result of that and distracting them with partying and pretending and acting like everything is still good like it was, so they don't see the danger that's coming up, they're going to be hit with some unexpected delays. That's going to be obstacles to their long-term goals if they continue to listen to this person. And that is the end of the reading. And that is what I got. Thank you for sticking with me all this time. Tap that screen for me. Go ahead and like this video. If you like this video, let me know down in the comments. What did you like about the video? What did you not like about the video? This is the energy that I got from the divine. So as I get it, I give it to you guys. You can drop some pink hearts down there in the chat for me, if you would, just to let me know that you're still here and that you're you enjoyed the video, or at least you just let me know that you're still here. I do appreciate you guys for staying with me. And this is going to conclude our reading for tonight. I will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to try to do it probably around 9 o'clock. I'll try to post and say what time I'm going to do it. Tonight was unexpected delay, but it was a delightful delay. My grandbabies came by and I was going to do a reading about 9 o'clock. They came over about 8:30 and they left like 1:30 in the morning. So, hey, it is what it is. I'll get to see my grandbabies. But tomorrow, I'm going to try to do about 9 o'clock. So if you're with me and you know somebody else, y'all come on back and see me. And we're going to do this again tomorrow night about 9 o'clock. Love y'all. Peace, love, and light. And we'll see you guys later.